رحيم لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله وسلامه الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيد الأولين والآخرين وعلى جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين عباد الله الصالحين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا ربنا يا رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. أصلح شأننا وشأن المسلمين وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين بجاه نبيك الكريم. ثم السلام عليك يا سيدي يا قطب المتصرف وعلى جميع أصحاب النوبة. السلام عليكم رجال الله وبين المشارق والمغارب متصرفين في أمور الدنيا وما فيها. Oh, our Sultan al-Awliya, we knowing nothing, and we are asking to know and to learn, at least to be as the serial prophets was saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. السلام عليكم. Oh, Salafiyun. You know Arabic. That is Kalamun Nabi, holy words of the serial prophets, that he was never speaking through himself, but it is in huwa illa wahyun yuha. تعرف عربي تفهمه؟ So many shaitan people asking to disease Islam to make it down and to arise their false maktab, false schools. You must give value to holy words of that Holy One. Really, he is holiest one, most honored one, most glorified one, most praised one, most majestic one through creation. He is not accepting Jahannam their ways. رغما على أنف whom they are so greedy about the zero prophets. They are level of shaitans whom they are not respecting the zero prophets. They are levels of aparit, shaitans, devils, diabolos, graduated by diabolos. Aib alayhum.
Shame on them.
Shame for them. If anyone giving his respect to the zero prophets, some greedy ones, they are going to explosion from their bad beings, because Shaitan making from his poisoned serum, injecting to them, and then they are going to be greedy about everything that praising the zero prophets. Allah Almighty praising him, saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. What does it mean? Oh, shut up, people. Where have you? Where are you? You're not Muslims, not understanding. What is the meaning? Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. What is that foolishness? Trying to destroy Aqaid al-Islam,
Beliefs.
Islamic beliefs, and Islamic beliefs just based on Tazimun Nabi.
Glorifying.
Base of Islamic beliefs is to give most high respect to the zero prophets, that he has been granted such an honor no one just granted. And his existence from pre-eternal up to eternal. رغما على أنف وهابيين السلفيين, and those whom they are following their ways. Our religion just based on respect and praising and respecting that one, who he is a real deputy for the Lord of heavens from pre-eternal to eternal. You أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I'm running from Shaitan's trips. Shaitan trips. Running to Allah Almighty. But really we can't do that, but we are running to to some praise servants that they are beings Yanub.
Instead.
Huh? Yanub, Annu. Representing. We are running to them for a respect to the seed of prophets, because our respects so useless in front of the Lord of Heavens, that He is granting His divine respect. What is our respect? What is? We are nothing. Whole creation's respect going to be nothing besides respect of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. He Almighty praising Him. What's our praise? What? You may say our praising value may be value of one atom, one zarra. Besides whole creation's atoms. At least that is a description or making qiyas.
Measure.
Huh?
Comparison.
Comparative. Comparison. Between the Lords of Heavens praising and our praising. And our praising even billions, trillions, quadrillions years we may praise, but beside the Lord's praising, nothing. But those greedy people always their tariqat. They are saying we haven't tariqat. No, they are liars. They have tariqat, and their tariqat shaitaniyya. Our tariqat Muhammadiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But their tariqat shaitaniyya. الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر
على من تكبر وتجبر على حبيب الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. شكرا. Ben burada haram şirke şeyh. Why, how we are saying as-salatu was-salamu alayka, and he is that one. Tu alaykum ala aqidat tabakum.
Amin.
Whom they are fi ghayatil jahl.
Most ignorant.
Deepless ignorance, darkness, territories, they just sinking in that ones. Give more praising and la mani'. Allah Almighty, He is going going to be so pleased if anyone praising his most praised one, real deputy for him Almighty. Yes. Hey, look, oh, Salafiyun and the Habib people, they are so greedy always for Nazim,
Glorifying
all the zero prophets. Why? Which harming coming to you if praising, getting more and more for the zero prophets, and you are in existence for his honor. Nazim Nabi, glorifying all the zero prophets and praising, and he is majestic. Majestic. No one impossible to reach, to understand Adna. At least understanding for the zero prophets, praising and glorifying from Allah Almighty. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Rağmen ala enf, Salafiyun and Wahhabiyun. We are giving our most high glorifying to that most glorified one in divinely present. At least you must understand that every time you are praying 2 rakats and before finishing there is التحية التحيات لله.
Greetings.
الصلوات
And praises.
praise. الطيبات Lillah for Allah, and saying Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. From whom this? You are praying every day at least 40 rakats, and through every time of praying, you are making a tahiyya. Greetings, heavenly greetings. If you are not saying Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi, no salah, no pray. Who is giving that Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi? Who is saying this? You are not You are not understanding Arabic like me, Ajam, Turk, or Arab. Was saying Allah Almighty, التحيات لله والصلوات
الطيبات
ها
الطيبات
الطيبات ثم
السلام
السلام عليك أيها النبي. had أيها النبي, that khitab,
addressing
that addressing never happened to anyone personally. السلام عليك أيها النبي. Who is saying this? O Salafiyun. And now those people, they are saying, means who is saying? He is not Allah. السلام عليك السلام عليك أيها النبي. Not saying السلام عليك يا نبي. Saying أيها. خطاب, heavenly khitab that never reached to any creation. That khitab min Allah to his abd, to his servant, never happened. Ayyuhan, directly. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. No one knowing the ulum al-qadir,
the height, the magnitude, the greatness.
no one knowing the
Level,
لغاية,
extreme,
extreme, extreme. No one can reach that. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. Angels تموا. السلام عليك أيها النبي. Allah has happened. ورحمة الله وبركاته. Angels say, ملأ الأعلى, not ordinary angels. Angels that they are ملأ الأعلى. Angels say, ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. التحليل, analyzing, or tahiyya.
الله أكبر.
السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا. رسول جبريل تمم. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. whom they are عباد الله الصالحين, that they are following that order and giving their most high respect to most high respected one in divinely present.
الله أكبر.
Another question. Your ulamas, you are saying you know everything. There is a question to Salafiyun, to doctors of Sharia, to Azhari Sharif ulamas. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala من صفاته الألوهية,
Divine attributes.
divine attribute. One of divine attribute that Allah Almighty متكلم. Yes. Sifatul Kalam. Attribute of
Speech.
speech or addressing. Huh? That is divine attribute for Allah Almighty. Yes.
حق.
سؤال. كلام الله قديم قديم من المعنى قديم eternal from eternity to eternity. Allah Almighty متكلم.
Allahu Akbar.
What you are understanding, Allah Almighty is speaking sometimes and sometimes not speaking. Sifat, divine attributes, يشير على الدوام.
Signing continuity.
Continuous. تعطيل ما في. You can't solve it. Allah Almighty is speaking. Never his divinely speech or spoken never is stopping. Can't be. تعطيل or إبطال. And Allah Almighty sometimes is speaking, sometimes not, no. That is kufr. Allah Almighty متكلم, speaking with his divine attribute that he has kalam, speaks. Okay. اسمع يا سلفيون. يا هل ترى Allah Almighty he was speaking by himself. He was speaking to himself. What is that? If we are looking at a person sitting and is speaking, we are saying that that person is speaking through himself. Must be something wrong with that person. Mecnun değil mi zaman? Bir insan kendi kendine konuşursa deli derler. Herif zımpırtı bir parça şey etti.
Allah.
If a person is speaking by himself without addressing to anyone, you are saying that person going to be foolish, and that's becoming Mecnun or deli.
Crazy.
Arabic
مجنون.
مجنون هذا. جن الرجل. بيقول جن الرجل مش أنا عم يحكي لحاله. Allah Almighty يحكي لحاله. قول. You are alim, you are ulama. You are ulama. ما شاء الله شو علماء أنتم. say Allah Almighty was speaking to himself for what? بدون without a listener. Allah Almighty was speaking to himself for what? Or speaking to someone. Must be muhatab. If a person yukhatib, must be muhatab. Khatib, if no jama'ah, his speech is foolishness. You ever see that khatib, like you are self getting up on minbar and no one there, you are speaking, people should say, رجل جن الرجل. You speak, طلع على المنبر, يحكي by himself, through himself. هذا صار مجنون. Had Allah Almighty that He has divinely attributes from Azali and Abad, to who was Mukhatab,
addressed,
who was addressed in divinely person. Say, who was? Hey, it's a question. If Allah Almighty is speaking by himself, that is not from his divinely attribute. Allah Almighty not speaking, and you are saying he has a divinely attribute that he speaks. You help him. Addressing. To whom? Without addressed one. How we are addressing? Minkan, in divinely present, when Allah Almighty addressing, say, don't go like this, like that. Who was his addressed one? Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was addressing to Sayyidina Muhammad. Why not say? Not ashaming? Or you are not knowing. Why? Say. Say that Allah never addressing to anyone. Making Allah Almighty like a person is speaking by himself, going to say, Jan al-Rajul, Jan Rabbuna, and he is Allah Almighty addressing, and no one addressed. He was addressing, he was speaking with his most beloved, most glorified, most majestic, most praised one, that is Sayyidina Muhammad, رغما على أنفكم. They are ulamas,
scholars.
Say, then don't be greedy, because you are greedy reaching to divinely present and Allah Almighty, who is going to be greedy for his most beloved one, cursed. May Allah forgive us.
Ameen.
Fatiha.
لابد فوق مولانا ما شاء الله صحبة تمام.
حرام. 35.
نعم سيدي. Yes. ما شاء الله.
35.
Yes.
Amen.
816 سيدي.
Allahu Akbar.
816.
816. ما شاء الله.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
أطير يقاريها.
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله سيدي.
ها؟ عجائب. سبحان الله. وخليك بالقلوب بلش.
حق.
هذا الكلام حق.
حق.
If no haq, no one hearing. That is علامة خير.
حق.
That is بشرى لنا
Good tidings.
معشر الإسلام. إن لنا من العناية ركنا غير منهدم. من هو هذا النبي الكريم؟ ركنا غير منهدم.
الله أكبر.
Impossible to fall down, always standing up.
حق.
Up, up.
الله أكبر.
فاتحة.
ما شاء الله.
بركاتك.